2 summers ago, I think it was mid-June or early July, my cousin was staying at my house. I live with my grandparents and take care of them. She went out onto the back porch to have a smoke around 10 o'clock, and while she did that, I decided to have a cigar and went out to my car to retrieve my lighter. It was a pretty nice night, good visibility from the moon, but I live out in a relatively rural area of Texas. Visibility isn't as good as you get into the city. Although there were no streetlights, I could clearly see across the road and see my driveway, which I normally can't. But that night there was a very bright full moon. Now across from my house is a lake, separated by about 100 yards of land and a small road. As I was coming back from my car along the edge of the lake, I saw a creature. And I say that because that's the most apt word for it. This damn thing was easily 8+ feet tall and was on its hind legs and covered in fur and had a stereotypical werewolf profile. And by that I mean it had a wolf-shaped head and a large growth of fur leading from the bottom of its maw down to its stomach. I clearly remember hearing the footfalls down by the lakeshore. The neighbors to the right of the edge of the lakeshore had just planted juvenile trees along the property, so they were each about 6 feet high, and this thing easily towered over them. I genuinely felt my blood run cold, and as quietly as possible, I ran back into my house while this thing just ambled along the lakeshore. It had a fairly big stride as well. That only frightened me more. I came back out onto the porch to tell my cousin, and she immediately asked me what happened before I even opened my mouth, and according to her, all the color had drained from my face. I told her everything, and I promised I wasn't messing around, and she agreed. She knew it when she saw it on my face. We stayed silent on the porch while we smoked, and we heard weird crackling in the brush at the bottom of the hill the back of the house overlooked. Nothing ever came of it, and in the 2 years since, I haven't seen the thing around here, but I'll never forget it. I still think about this every once in a while, and it always brings back feelings of terror and dread.